welcome to another video with me, Joshua Smith. Where today I'll be talking about some stuff. Since it's practically the end of the year, I'm gonna be talking about some albums that are coming out in the coming year, 2015. This is all unscripted, but I do have a small list of some albums. Some that you might want to look forward to, some that I'm personally looking forward to. One of those albums that's coming out next year is Title by Meghan Trainor. I'm sure most of you have probably heard the song All About That Bass and whatnot. I've done a review on it, so if you want to go check that out, go check that out. But that is the the main album that the song is on, and it's I mean, if the album is a lot like what that song is, it's probably going to be pretty good. Because All About That Bass is a pretty nice song. I love the '50s girl group malt shop style of it. But if the album is like that, then that'll probably be a definite buy for me. Another is Tetsuo and Youth by Lupe Fiasco. I am not a huge fan of Lupe Fiasco, but I do enjoy some of his work. So that might be an album I'm looking forward to. There's Smoke and Mirrors, or Smoke Plus Mirrors by Imagine Dragons. I know a lot of people like Imagine Dragons, so if you want to check out that album, do that. Madonna is coming out with another new album. It's called Rebel Heart. It's gonna be the typical Madonna fare, I suppose. Those of you who are fans of hip hop, I already mentioned Lupe Fiasco, but also Ludacris and 50 Cent are coming out with new albums. Ludacris is coming out with Ludaversal, and 50 Cent is coming out with Street King Immortal. So if you are into that, hip hop, then I would definitely check those out. Rihanna's coming out with a new album. It's called R8. I'm guessing that's her 8th studio album. And Victoria Justice is coming out with an album called Shake. Those are just a few that I thought were interesting, or you might look forward to in the coming year. But some of the ones that I'm personally looking forward to, the first one would be Uptown Special by Mark Ronson. I've heard the new song that he and Bruno Mars did, Uptown Funk, and I did a review on that one too. So, I am looking forward to that album because I am very partial to Mark Ronson's work, especially with Amy Winehouse on Back to Black. I believe it was. Yes, Back to Black, and I'm looking for. I mean, if it's gonna be like, Uptown Funk, if there's gonna be songs of that nature, that'll definitely be something that I will enjoy personally. Also, there's Shadows in the Night by Bob Dylan. I am a huge fan of Bob Dylan, but this album apparently is all covers. I'm not sure if they're songs from songs that he just recently recorded as covers, or if they're songs from the 60s, 70s, whatever, that he recorded. But it is a cover album, so there's that. Also, Coldplay's coming out with a new album called A Head Full of Dreams, and I am a really big fan of Coldplay. I have several of their albums. I recently did a review of Ghost Stories. I don't know if there's a lot of information on A Head Full of Dreams, so I'll have to check that out. But if you're a fan of Coldplay, I would definitely recommend that you go check that album out, because I'm definitely looking forward to it. I am a big supporter of Coldplay, one of my favorite bands actually. David Gilmour is David Gilmour of Pink Floyd is also coming out with an album, a solo album. It doesn't have a name yet, I don't think. I'm not sure, but Pink Floyd actually just recently came out with an album, and I'm definitely gonna get that whenever I can, because I love the cover art of it. I can't the name of the album right now. I can't think off the top of my head, but no, I'm not gonna guess it. I don't want to be wrong. But I am definitely looking forward to getting that album and this album here by David Gilmour. Also, Red Hot Chili Peppers is coming out with a new album, and they're also one of my favorite bands. I don't think it has a title yet, but I'm definitely, that is a definite buy for me, because I'm also a huge supporter of Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have a good chunk of their albums. And last but not least is Brian Wilson's upcoming album, No Peer Pressure, and peer as in like the pier where an ocean is and stuff like that. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Beach Boys next to the Beatles are my number one favorite band. Um, Most of you might know that. Some of you might know that. But anything by Brian Wilson is a definite buy for me because Brian Wilson. I am a big supporter. I find his work to be you know genius. Um, and he is a genius. He is one of the few music geniuses that are still living, and I really really enjoy his music and his work, and with the Beach Boys and in his solo career. And I want to look forward to more work by him even in his old age. But all these albums, they're coming out next year. I'm looking forward to a lot of them. And I guess you should too, because there seems to be a lot of really nice stuff coming out with some big names, big faces, putting out stuff. We can expect a lot of change next year. I would expect, because there's a lot of these artists putting out stuff that seems to be different, from what they would usually put out. But that's all up to the people, I suppose. There's tons of artists putting out stuff that I didn't even mention. Um, Tons of rappers, singers, artists. Metallica is coming out with a new album. Megadeth, all these artists are doing some stuff this coming year. So definitely look forward to a lot of stuff. I definitely am. I'm looking forward to getting a lot of these albums and hopefully reviewing them at some point. Definitely looking forward to listening to them. But anyways, thank you for joining me on this video where I just rambled on about stuff that I like. I hope it's stuff that you like too, because if you like these artists, you should support them. I feel by buying their albums, their songs, iTunes, CDs, whatever, vinyl, who cares? Um, but definitely support these artists that you enjoy listening to because they put this stuff out for you to listen to, of course to make money, but they put out this stuff, and we should support them any way we can. So I'm looking forward to all this stuff next year, um, and there's probably tons of stuff that hasn't even been announced yet. So look forward to that stuff too. Anyways, thank you for joining me in this video. I already said that, but yeah, so long.